Josh Hokit has a problem with everybody, and I like it. The one guy not afraid to pick a fight in the UFC. I love it. You guys know Fitzgerald. So Brennan kind of keeps to himself. He kind of does keep to himself. He's coming out of his shell, and he's got this he's doing some singing and some things like that. But Brennan came out and told everybody, I hope you guys took notes. I mean, Brendan came out as like a paid voice of the company. Now, he was in business for himself here. But he loved this so much that he came out and said, I hope all of you are taking notes. I hope all of you understand we like to be entertained. I hope all of you understand the punches and kicks aren't enough. And I loved it. I loved that Fitz did this. I just want you to understand this. I want you to understand this from behind the scenes, because there are some bullies, and that's just not what this sport's about. It's truly not. This is a bunch of guys that were bullied at some point. This is the anti-bullying industry, but there are some, and they really existed in something known as pride. Pride would put everybody at the Tokyo Hilton, but these guys would come in with like their entourages, like a street gang. They would move around like a gang. And if you were the opponent of one of these guys that operated that way, and you're over there by yourself and you're just trying to make some money, but you go out and you cut a couple of interviews to bring interest to the fight, like they would take it personal. And not only are you going to have to fight that guy in the lobby, you're going to have to fight one of his scumbag friends that's wearing a matching shirt. Like it was kind of a tough, I don't love that side of it, but I do want to bring you in on something that when Hokit moves around, he's by himself. All right, listen up. I'm here with something every guy needs. This Ox-Force. Pay attention, guys. I want to make sure that you see this. I've been taking Ox-Force, and if you're a guy that cares about testosterone and performance, if energy matters, and if you would like to show up like a champion every single day, then you should be taking this too. Now let's talk about the game changer. Testosterone boost. Testosterone matters, guys. It's the difference in walking into a room and owning a room. It's strength, confidence, and drive. That's where Ox-Force comes in. I take Ox-Force because I want my body performing at the highest level possible. Whether you're training hard, grinding at work, or just refusing to slow down, Ox-Force helps to keep you in the fight. So do yourself a favor. Go over to Prime Brands right now. Go to primebrands.com. Get Ox-Force at primebrands.com right now. That's Ox-Force. Train harder, perform stronger, show up like a champion. O'Malley's another guy. When O'Malley moves around, O'Malley never in any circumstance rolls with more than one person. You're either going to see Sean alone or Sean will have one person. And I only bring that to you like, that's the opposite of bullying. That's a guy that is not looking for trouble. These are guys that are out there, they're professionals, they're doing their job. They'll see their team later when it's time to train. They don't need their team coming around with them. They don't need to have these kind of altercations. So I tell you that because there was even a video that surfaced, and it was Hokit and Procházka. And the one thing that I think you might have missed if you saw the video, and Hokit was being provocative, I get that he was, but Procházka had 5 guys with him. Josh was by himself. That does change things. Josh to go and yell at one of the baddest dudes in the world and challenge him when he's got 5 killers with him and he's alone, like you see where you have an entertainer. I mean, it wasn't any different when Josh walked up on Carlos Ulberg. Josh was by himself. Ulberg had his team with him. It's different. You understand where this is different. One's what a real G would do, quite frankly. So, okay. I can't get around this press conference because Hokit stole it, and everybody was prepared. It's just not everybody's plan worked, right? Plenty of times in life, you're ready, but the other team has more points. You go, but we did everything right. Well, yeah, sometimes everybody can do what they were supposed to do. And time runs out, and you just look at who's got more points. So Derrick Lewis, this is not Derrick Lewis's game. A press conference is just not Derrick's game. Derrick does not like doing interviews. You want to know why you don't see a lot of Derrick interviews? It's not because he's a jerk like some guys that think he's too cool to come and do the interview. He doesn't enjoy doing them. Derrick does not like that. So Derrick knows he's got this guy that's going to come at him pretty hard, and Derrick's prepared. And Derrick looks like $1 million, man. He's got this fly shirt, this Louis Vuitton shirt. He's got this beautiful watch and ring. Like, Derrick, from a visual standpoint, looks like $1 million, but he doesn't want to take that microphone. That's not what he wants to do. So he was prepared. I can't understand this guy. I don't even know what this guy's saying. That doesn't insult Josh enough to make Josh turn to heat up. And it doesn't back down enough to make Derrick look weak. It doesn't do any of those things. This is actually a very good strategy by Derrick Lewis. Now, Poetan, Alex Pereira, knew there's a chance Josh comes at me. And the only ones that wasn't paying attention here was the UFC. I mean, in all fairness, like, the UFC separately put Derrick Lewis on this side and Josh on this side. But the UFC put Josh and Pereira one seat apart with O'Malley in the middle. And had the UFC paid attention that Pereira has been invited to Chama de Nuts. And that's the thing. The UFC, it was like they were not aware, or at least the people that were aware of the invitation to Chama de Nuts, and the people that set up the press conference, it wasn't the same, right? Because they tried to do their best to separate these guys. But they made this mistake. So Pereira knew there's a chance. It's small. The guy right next to me, it's very small. But there is a chance he's going to come at me. And I pulled this double cross one time myself to Fedor. And Fedor didn't overly enjoy the microphone. Press conferences, like, Fedor had a different opinion of this sport. But am I going to come at him when he's right next to me? I got no Sean O'Malley in between. Side by side. And Fedor made the deduction that no, he wouldn't do that. And most people would not do that. But that's what allowed an opening for me. That was the breakup within the armor that I was able to get through. So Hokit exploits that same opportunity. Now, Poetan still knows that it exists. So Poetan is going to deal with that by telling him, I have no business with you. I have no quarrel with you. I'm not going to put any focus into you. I have a quarrel, and I'm going to put my focus into him, Ciryl Gane, which is Poetan's way of re-straightening out the press conference and what they're there for. So everybody is doing everything right, but Josh just stays with it. And now Josh gains what visually is known as the high ground. Do you know why a judge sits above you? That's just a visual. The judge wants you to see that he's higher than you. He's above you. It's just a visual, but it works. You are going to look up to him. So when Josh stands and Pereira is now down, Josh now visually has the high ground. He is in the alpha position. And if Pereira stands up, there's going to be a really big problem. And I don't know who's going to stop it. But there's going to be a big problem, right? You're used to breaking up the declawed kittens. Who's going to get in between Hokit and Pereira? Like, you see where, thank goodness, Pereira's staying off of it. But Hokit's staying on him. And Hokit gets thrown off. He gets thrown off one time, which is when Ilya intervenes. Hokit's ready for everything. He's planned the whole thing out. It's his day. He has stolen the show. But it never crossed his mind that Ilya might get involved. So now, live, on the fly, right now, right here, this is happening right now. Are you good enough at your craft to deal with a curveball that was unexpected? You've shown, Josh Hokit, that you can out-prepare everybody. Now we find out, can you outperform? The answer was yes.